Good morning, everybody. It's Danny and Wanda back from Deep South Homestead. Guys, we are out here in our containers. Yes, the wind's blowing this morning. It is cold, but it's better than burning up, I suppose. Now, I wanted to take you on a journey here and show you a little bit about what we got going on. This is our Savannah sweet onions. I just got through giving them a haircut. You're supposed to come in and when they get to be a certain size, you cut the tops off of all of them so that they don't get too leggy on you. I just got through giving them a little bit of a haircut, and I believe they're going to pull on out. These are a few red Creole Dixondale onions. I wanted to try a few of them in a couple of containers here. There were some little scrawny ones that were left over. I said, you know what, nothing else, they'll make green onions if they don't ever grow up to make a bulb. I just wanted to test them in the pots and see. Then these are our cabbages. They're doing pretty good. I think they'll probably pull out and do okay. And then we have our other Savannah sweets. I planted like 2 weeks later, and they're about to get to the point where I need to give them a little bit of a haircut so they won't be so leggy and lay down in the pot, and they'll kind of stand up and start getting some mass on them instead of being so tall and spindly like they are. So I'll come out with scissors and probably give them a little bit of a haircut later on. And as we move on down here, we got Ms. Wanda's radishes in a pot here. She's been harvesting a couple of them out of there. She's got another one here that's about to get ready right there. Maybe a couple of them here that's about to get ready in there. One here and one there. And we have our kale here. This is a Siberian dwarf kale. Don't look too dwarf in here because the sun hasn't been getting to it too well. But what we want to do today is we want to harvest some of this kale because the deer are eating up everything around here. So we want to take the opportunity and harvest some of this kale before the deer find it. Now this agri-fabric we got here blowing in the wind like this, that's how windy it is out here right now. The wind's blowing like crazy. This kind of spooks the deer a little bit, and so far they've been able to leave all this alone. Now they've eat up stuff right around it right here, but they haven't messed with this. And what we're going to do with the kale, because it's so little, the stems on it are not going to be tough or anything like that. We're going to probably come through here and we're just going to take off a lot of these tall, skinny little leaves that's on here because they're not getting, well, let's be honest, they're too thick. That's the whole bottom line right there. But we're going to take some of these off of here today, and we're going to take them in because it's so cold out here. We got a nice fire going in that deep south. We're going to be able to take these back over there, and we're going to have ourselves a nice little kale lunch. Now we're not eating these in salad. We'll steam these down, and we'll eat them with some good old cornbread and stuff. Now I'm not going to make y'all sit here and watch me pick all these. We're going down through here and I'll come back and finish them up. I just want to show you what we're going to do. We got a couple more cabbages here. They're doing pretty good. Then I've got my carrots, because see, this is the first time I've ever grown carrots in like a tub container. Now, yes, they're way too thick, but I was kind of hoping that they would get a little size to them where I could thin them out and use the thinnings for like salads or baby carrots or something like that. That's kind of why I'm just leaving them and not messing with them right now, because the tub has plenty of nutrition in it to support it. But they are some kind of thick. Now we do also have the electroculture in here. Now this is one of my homemade electrocultures here I got stuck in there. And we have electroculture in several of the other pots back here. There's one stuck in the middle of Ms. Wanda's radishes here. And we do have some electroculture we want to show y'all. We're not lying to you. It's actually, there's the top of it right there. In the cabbages. And I think there was one in this one here too, somewhere back in here. Just so y'all know I'm not telling you a story. Get it where we're not damaging anything. There we go. They're down in there. They're just not shiny anymore. The patina has done hit them. And which is perfectly fine. Doesn't hurt the electroculture at all. Now the lemon tree here. Oh guys, look at this. We got lemons turning. Tonight we have a possible frost and freeze, so I don't know if we need to take these off or if up under these trees here. I feel like they'll probably be protected, but I think they'll probably be all right. But I also have an electroculture in that pot also. Now, the thing we was wondering, could it be done? And I'm going to tell you something. These are butter peas. These are not pole butter peas. These butter peas, we've planted these same peas, and I've saved these same seeds for years. They're always a bush. This year I put them in this tub, and these things have grown all the way up here like pole beans. And they're still blooming. Guys, I honestly, they're not cross-pollinated because we made sure they were way away from anything else. I don't know unless it's a lack of sunlight here where they're at is the reason they've run up like they have. But they have actually turned into a climbing bean. But this is what we're looking for right here. Look at this. Let me show you something here. This is what we've been waiting on right here. I'm gonna crack one of them open there. I ain't got no fingernails, so y'all have to bear with me. Look at that. Woo! Ain't that pretty? That is gonna be some good eating there now. I'm gonna put them in with the kale, because there's actually, you can look underneath here, there's actually several of them on here. Like that. I mean, they are really, really nice. Just enough of them to add into stuff to get that real good flavor. I'm pretty sure the bottom ones are usually the ones that get ready first. Man, these things are beautiful. Look up here. I mean, these things are just big old fat beans hanging up here. This will help take the pressure off the plant. That there I think I'm going to leave. There's one big old one right there. And I see several of them up in there, but those aren't quite ready. I don't pick something unless it's really, really ready. As you all know, this is the experiment we did with old versus new fertilize, cow fertilize. We had the fresh cow fertilize in one. We had the 30-year-old, 25-year-old fertilize in the other one. And of course, the insects got in here and eat this one off, but it has came back and has doggone near caught the one that they didn't mess with. So now the thing that I'm looking at right here is I believe something has walked up on this one here and stuck its head through, and we got these little leaf cutters here. Them things get on there all over the place. We just mash them. We don't really spray for them. But something has come through here and eat the leaves off on this side right here, which might have been a deer. I don't know.
Quite possibly.
Quite possible. He could have walked up right here and eat on it. I don't think there's any beans actually ready on this one. They're not quite. They're almost there, but not quite. So they're a little behind this one over here, and it's blooming like crazy. This one got eat off pretty bad. This one did not get eat off at all. So it did make a difference about the setback on them. Okay, we're over to Ms. Wanda's, I'm gonna call it her little flower garden here. She took that big old laddered log I drug up here a while back, and she put flowers all over it and little trees and stuff like that in out here by the pump shed. And in doing so, she went to town and bought her a hibiscus plant. Well, you got the price on there. Paid $17.84 for it. See this little tree? This little tree was way up here, had big old flowers all over it, and this rose bush right here was all leafed out, had flowers all over it. We come driving back up over here from Deep South Homestead, and this pot was laying off out here in this green field you see behind me here. And the hibiscus was out of the bucket, drug out into the field. The rose bush had been drug off. There's one that has some peace plants here. These were laying all off out in the field out yonder, had been drug out there where the tops have been eaten off a bit. But we see deer out here in these green fields, this is all ryegrass I got planted. All down through yonder, the deer come out here at night to eat this ryegrass because there's no other food around for them to eat. And they just decided that they wanted to add a little smorgasbord to their ryegrass. And they came over here and cleaned up Ms. Wanda's plants. So another one down here, they didn't mess with some of it. And then they came right here and they ate this one off. So, now they didn't mess with the one over here. They left this one alone. It's still tall and pretty right here. But they didn't mess with this rose bush. But they eat them off right up yonder. So, and we're only just this distance, just a short distance right here, maybe 40 foot to our containers. And that's why we were afraid that maybe they would just walk this extra little distance right here and try to clean up our stuff here. But so far, that fabric blowing in the wind like that has prevented them from coming up in here messing with anything. Except for when they come around this back end back here and walked in there, they nibbled on the bean, and I guess maybe the fabric blew like you see it there now, and they probably bolted and run and didn't come back. So we've been pretty blessed. Now, I'm gonna take you to where we've got, right down the hill here from the pump house, we have our raised beds that we've built, the 60-foot long ones. We're gonna take a walk down there and look at them and see how they're doing. Well guys, this is where I'm at with the high tunnel. I work on it sporadically when I got a few minutes here and there. It's coming along. It'll be a project that'll probably go most of the winter when I can come out here and take my tractor and do things, you know. But now, don't forget, Grower Solutions still has the Black Friday sale going on till the 1st of December. So if you need to get anything, make sure you jump over there to Grower Solutions. Don't forget to use our code DeepSouthBF and get your discount right quick on it there. But this is where we at. I know a lot of y'all are going to ask. We do have a good start on it. It's just that I have so many other things going, trying to get this infrastructure up for our gardening over here this year, being as we're not going to be doing any at Deep South, letting it rest. I have to spend a lot of my time getting the gardening infrastructure ready over here. All right, we are down at the 60-foot raised bed now. I want to give you a little bit of a look at how things are progressing in the last week or so. This is the red Creole onions. These onions are really, well, it's a red Creole and the Texas Legend. It's both of them actually. Here, one of them's not doing any better than the other. They're both doing really, really good. And this contraption you see here, we have done with the PECs, is our hoop to keep, tell you what, is to keep the deer from eating everything off. I looked out here the other day and there were 4 of them standing out here. So I wanted to show you if we could get this up, what's up underneath here. Let's see if we can get that camera under here to see this. Can you guys see up under there? Look at that. That's a whole sea of nothing but Corota carrots. There's enough carrots there to supply me for a year if we can keep the deer from eating them off. We're here at the other end now. We're going to pull this up. Let's see what we got up under here. We've got our little cabbage plants and our rosemary up under here, because this is the only way, guys, we're going to keep the deer from eating these things off. I've got to keep them covered up. And plus, this keeps the insects off of them, too. So maybe we won't get any cabbage worms or anything like that on them. Now, on down here, we got the multiplying onions. Now, you have to understand, these are from Deep South Homestead. These are old-fashioned multiplying onions. We dug up a bunch of them, brought them over here, if y'all saw the video. They actually have to die back a little bit, let the root system get established, and then come back. So that's why they look the way they look. They're perfectly fine. Now the white German garlic has not come up yet because the ground temperature is like ice. So it's going to take a little while for that ground to reach the right temperature for this to be able to come up. And look at that. We got a piece of a pecan in there. Huh. I guess that's why we call it Pecan Grove. There's pecans everywhere here. Well, guys, we're down here to our green patch now. Y'all know we had like a half an acre of them up there, close to it, and the deer ate every one of them. We got nothing. It's just dirt now. So we took our 2 dog panels that we bought a couple of years ago, and we brought them down here, and they weren't quite long enough to get all of our greens in. So we had to go buy another one. And guys, let me tell you something. The price of everything has gone crazy. When we first bought these first 2 here, they were like $300 a piece. We went back and bought one more. Now they're like $500. Now these come from a local hardware store. Y'all are probably going to ask me. We have a Tractor Supply here, and Tractor Supply had them for $300 and something, but they don't have them in stock. Okay, so we couldn't get any. We had to order them and wait and wait and wait, and we can't do that because our greens are actually coming up now, and the deer were already out here scoping them out, so we had to hurry up and go get a pen. And this is a very expensive way to go, I know that, but you know what? I can't put a price on my food because I'm not buying the junk out of the store to eat for myself. I'm going to try to raise everything I can, and hopefully, because these pens are so close together in proximity, maybe the deer, now we are going to lay some cattle panels over the top of them, but hopefully till they get going and we get that far along, the deer won't jump this to get into these pens. Now, this part right here with the purple top turnips up to this first section right here, and they look like they're doing pretty good. Guys, there's green coming up here. The camera, I don't know if it's going to do it justice or not, but there's green coming up all in here. These are actually starting to grow pretty good. It's just turned off so cold here that they're having a little bit of a struggle getting going. We got some warm weather coming up and some rain, so hopefully they'll pop once we get that far along. We've got some kale here, and then we've got some what did we put here? We put the
mustard.
Nope. Yes, the mustard.
It looks like it's doing better.
The broadleaf mustard. We got both red and green in here. I know one of them's hotter than the other one, but they look like they're doing better than any of them. And then we had this end here where we didn't have the panel. This is our purple top rutabagas, and the armadillo got in there and he made havoc with it before we got a pen up here. So hopefully now that we've added this other 20-foot section on here, we're going to be able to keep the armadillos, the deer, and everything out of our greens, so that we'll be able to, hopefully, if it don't get too cold too quick and kill them, hopefully we'll be able to have some greens. We should already be eating them from the other field up by the barn. Guys, I looked out there the other day, there's like 8 deer in there, and they've mowed them down. There's nothing left. And I've got 7-foot high fence. They don't even think nothing about it. They just jump right over it. So I hope that today, we try to take y'all along over here at Pecan Grove and show you our crops over here and show you a little bit about our infrastructure, what we're trying to get done here. Beans, we're not going to be growing it deep south this year, giving the land a rest, because I've been farming that land for 20-something years now, and it's time for it to rest. And plus, it's real sandy over there. A lot of the nutrients is probably leached into the ground, and it's going. This year, I would have to do a lot of amending. Over here, I'm going to have to do minimal amending because most of this is new ground. Hasn't been anything grown here in probably close to 30 years now. So it's had plenty of time to rest, better soil. Let's just utilize what we got over here and try to keep the wildlife out of it. The deer is going to be a big issue this year. I may end up making sausage, if you know what I mean. So thank you once again for staying with us, and continue to follow us. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and when we put these videos up, guys, hey, we're trying to help you out as much as we can by what we're doing. And also, go check out our other channel, Pecan Grove. There'll be a link in the description down below for it. It's because it's kind of a little bit difficult channel to find, but once you find it, we're going to try to show you a lot of the stuff that we've done here at this place, with the infrastructure and all that. through the old videos. Now these videos are 10 months old because we've had that channel for 10 months. We just hadn't told anybody. And we have lots of videos over there. Now we're only opening up 1 or 2 a week. We're not just opening the whole thing up. You can't binge watch it. You can binge watch what we've put up, but not all of them. So we're only going to put up 1 or 2 a week. And hopefully you'll be able to enjoy the journey over here at Pecan Grove from the new channel that we have up. Thank you guys from Deep South Homestead.